the mind and the controlling deity of the mind is the moon, and sankalpaha kama evacha, determination, desire, all this manifested. So we are seeing here the systematic explanation of the creation of various parts of our body. And as you have seen, each and every part is manifested by the desire of the Supreme Lord. In this case, the Hrudayam and the Manas manifested because the Lord has desired. And what did he desire? He desired to see the activities of his own Maya, Atma Maya, Nididhyaso. He wants to know or he wants to see. So since he wants to see, he has to reside somewhere. And it is mentioned here that Krishna, he resides in the heart of every living entity as Paramatma. That is the seat of Paramatma. Heart is the seat of Paramatma. So then, because he wants to sit there, because he wants to see, the heart is manifested. And once the heart is manifested, then the other things came into force. There is mind, and there is controlling deity of the mind, which is the moon. Then sankalpaha, mind has capacity to take a determination. Yes, I want to do this, sankalpa. But mind also has one more tendency, that is called vikalpa. Sankalpa and vikalpa. Sankalpa means it says yes, and vikalpa means same thing it will say no. Flip-flop. Some people are like that. If they are absorbed in the mind, you will see flip-flop happening in their decisions or in their thinking. Sometimes this way, sometimes that way. Sankalpaha. And then kama evacha. By the process of the mind, the living entity desires. Kama means desire. And when the desire is there, and his previous destiny permits, then the Lord who is there in the heart, he permits that particular desire. And as soon as he permits, then the material nature executes that and gives the experience to the living entity. The living entity feels that yes, my desire is satisfied and I could fulfill my desires. This is the feeling he will get. And then he becomes very proud that yes, I am able to do whatever I wanted to do, I could achieve. Like that it goes on. The cycle is like that. So, the Lord is, the Super Soul is the plenary expansion of the Supreme Personality of God. Actually, these things we should contemplate little more deeply. We should see how the Lord is extremely potent. He is present in each and every heart of the living entity, the conditioned living entity. Now, this is the time of, say, Corona. And can you believe in each and every virus, the Lord is expanded as Paramatma. And without His presence, of course, no entity can work. Here it is mentioned here, nobody can get into the working energy. So, some of the scientists, they think this virus is just a protein molecule and somehow it is floating here and there. They don't realize that if the virus has to be in working condition, working energy, then there has to be the presence of the plenary expansion of the Supreme. This is his Lord's Vaibhava. It is his, the Vibhuti. So, That is the potency of the Supreme Lord. Imagine how many living entities. Bhagavad Gita Asankhyeya Upanishad says that there are these jivas are asankhya, almost unlimited. And then in each and every living entity's heart, the Lord expands and he observes the Atmamaya. He sees the activities of the jiva and he also sees the activities of the energy. So this is the powerful potency of the Supreme Lord. So here it is mentioned, Manas Chandra, the mind is been manifested, and also the controlling deity of the mind, and that is the moon. People do not know the moon and the moon rays, they all have a link to the mind. As the moon comes towards Amavasya or it goes towards Paurnami, there is an influence on the mind. Moon influences the waves in the ocean. It influences the vegetation, all the vegetables, they're all dependent on the moon rays. And it also influences the mind. So, if our minds are cool like the moon, that's what everybody expects. Minds, they want their minds to be very cool. And the predominating deity is the moon, Chandra. But actually, the moon that we see, of course, many countries are now trying to reach the moon. They are conducting a lot of expeditions to see what is happening in the moon. And of course, we know by the Shastra that moon is responsible for all the vegetation and life on this planet. And many of the scientists, they think there is no life in moon. The planet which is causing life here has no life of its own. And just 2 days back, they have published one article that NASA is now trying to do one project which nobody else did till now. And what is that project? They want to bring some rocks from, of course not from moon, I think that is from Mars. Moon to ho gaya. Now they are not trying because they know the drama cannot be continued. And now the next one is the Mars. So from there they want to bring the rock. Why not from moon? Because from moon already they brought the rock. That is displayed somewhere and people go in thousands to see the rock there. That is their deity. Moon rock deity. So now they are going to spend millions of dollars to bring some stone from Mars. And after that, we don't know what will happen. We have to wait and see for the drama to unfold more and more. So actually, Vedic literatures, they are giving the complete information. How these controlling deities like moon or sun or any other demigod, how they are closely controlling each and every part of the living entities. This is the complete description. Our senses are representations of the demigods. They control. And moon represents the Supreme Lord. Krishna also says, I am the moon among the senses. The tendency of the mind is to follow the direction. That is the tendency. The tendency of the mind is to serve. And if the living entity can divert this tendency, this natural tendency of the mind to serve, mind to follow, if it can divert towards following the Vedic injunctions, following the instructions of the spiritual master, then the mind will be in its original position, and it will experience the moon, the cooling moon rays, the cooling feeling in the mind. Otherwise, there will be burning. Samsara dhava nalalida loka. The mind and the heart will be burning. As soon as the living entity diverts the attention from Krishna and focuses on anything else, then his heart will be burning. Why it is burning? Because sankalpaha kama. Because of the kama, a desire to enjoy. He becomes so fascinated that he will be thinking of the desire day and night. And the moment he starts contemplating on various ways how he can enjoy and meditates on that desire more and more, it will only enhance the fire in the heart, like a dhavanala. For example, if there is a dhavanala, there is no immediate solution. No, you cannot take one or two pipes and start pouring some water and then expect that the dhavanala will stop. No, it will not. So, the mind has this capacity to think, feel, and will. Thinking is the first stage, willing means desiring. Now he is desiring strongly. So, desire begins with thinking. The more you think in your mind, it will lead to the desires. So, this is also explained in Bhagavad Gita that dhyayata, contemplation is the beginning. Dhyayato vishayantum saha, contemplation of the sense objects is the beginning. And then we develop attachment. Sangaha, by association, we develop this next stage, attachment. Then kama, then comes. It has to be controlled at the first stage. That is, that's why we should not give too much importance to. We should not give too much importance. Why? It is a machine generated desire. Mind is a machine. So the living entity is thinking it is my desire, but actually that's not yours. Your machine has to choose one desire onto the screen of the mind. And as soon as you are seeing, because you are a knower, you are a Kshatrajna inside, you are watching your mind and one desire comes up and you say, this is mine. And then you will try your best to fulfill that desire. You will fight with the whole world in order to fulfill that desire which is produced by the Kshetra. So don't run behind Kshetra desires, machine desires. A devotee, he has to accept the desires which are expressed by the spiritual master. If we accept Guru's desires, Krishna's desires as our own desires, and really run behind to fulfill those desires, then moon will come. Otherwise, dhavanala, burning fire will come in the mind and in the heart. Very simple. and what you are contemplating, which desire you are desiring to run behind, that determines. So, one of the surrenderance principles is that we should accept the desires of the Lord as our own desires. This is the surrender. Surrender means we should not have in our own desires. Some desire which we have manipulated in our minds, some desires which are speculated in the minds, that desire is just a machine desire. It has no basis. But if a devotee takes up the desires and tries his, adopts that desire as his own desire, actually, the moment some desire comes to, we become so attached. We can turn sand into gold. If you feel, this is my desire, that is the key here, my desire. The moment you take it up like that, people convert sand into gold. That's the potency, power of that desire. But then, which desire that devotee should take up like that? Not the one that his brain has manufactured, his mind has manufactured. He has to accept the desire of our spiritual master and then try his best. Prabhupada is saying, follow this, follow that, 4 regulative principles, chant 16 rounds, that's it. That is my desire. I should try everything under the sun in order to fulfill these desires. Prabhupada says you distribute books. That's it. The devotee takes that desire as his own. Go on contemplating. How do I do this? How do I do this? So this is the secret of our spiritual life. Prabhupada said many times when people used to glorify Prabhupada have done something very wonderful. So Prabhupada always used to give credit to his spiritual master. He says, no, this is, I just try to execute orders of my spiritual master. That's all. Actually, otherwise I am helpless, I am not worthy, not capable, but because I try to execute the order of my spiritual master, it has become success. It is the potency of the desire of the Acharya that works. Acharya's desires have a potency. It's a tremendous spiritual potency. It's already inbuilt into the instructions. So if a devotee takes any instruction, he takes any desire, then he comes in contact with the unlimited spiritual potency. And as soon as he tries to execute, he sees that everything comes, help comes, everything automatically comes to the devotee. You see, Prabhupada, simply he took that instruction of his Guru. Go to the Western countries and preach. He just took it. And he is not thinking what will happen. How do I go there? After I go there, who is there? What will happen? What is next? He is only meditating on the instruction. And he is feeling helpless. Yes, I am actually not capable, but you gave me this instruction. So let me execute. And he took that instruction as life and soul. This is one more minute. This body is dead, without life, without soul, body is dead. So similarly, a disciple is dead if he is not thinking about the desire of the spiritual life. If he is not continuously, his heart is burning to fulfill the desire of his spiritual life. This burning is very good. This is full. So, as long as the disciple is meditating on the instructions of the spiritual master, he is lively. That's what Prabhupada says. Only someone who has got a life, he will preach. So, preaching, distribution of books, following instructions given by the spiritual master. These are the life and soul of the disciple. Without this, the disciple is dead. So, this is the secret of mind, controlling the mind. What is the secret? As I said, mind has tendency to follow. Mind is naturally made like that. It follows, it serves. So if we follow Guru's instruction, if mind is contemplating on Guru's instruction, that is the natural state of the mind. So a devotee continuously thinking, next part, next. Continuously wants to serve, think about Krishna. That is the secret of Bhagavad Gita. To always think of Krishna, Krishna's service, Krishna's Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Devotee is continuously giving goals to the mind. Next goal, next.